Why do we need the 7th edition of UL 268? Few would argue that working smoke detectors save lives. The death rate from reported fires in homes that had at least one smoke alarm was 40% lower than in homes that had no smoke alarms at all. One of the most well-known and reputable test laboratories for smoke detector testing and listing is UL. The first UL 268 standard was created by Underwriters Laboratories in 1976. Many things have changed since 1976. To keep up with changing technology, UL 268 had to change too. The first single-station smoke detector was invented in 1970 and made public the next year. A series of smoke detector performance tests were done in the mid-1970s. This is commonly referred to as the Dunes study. The Dunes study was a series of full-scale residential fire detection tests using equipment and furnishings commonly available at the time. Furnishings were mostly of wood and natural materials like cotton and linen. Many of the requirements that were eventually included in UL 268, UL 217, and NFPA 72 were based on the results of this testing. As the years passed, there was increasing discussion about two big concerns: the performance of ionization smoke detectors during actual fires, and unwanted alarms from cooking leading to disablement of smoke detectors. In many cases, it was feedback and comments from the public and media that drove this discussion. Another set of extensive full-scale tests were performed in the early 2000s. These are commonly referred to as the Dunes 2 study. As with the first Dunes study, equipment and furnishings commonly available at the time were used. As you can see, in 1978 the home evacuation times were approximately 17 minutes, but only 3 minutes in 2018. This is mostly due to the synthetic furnishings used in modern homes. Let's review. Nuisance smoke. Although there are many reasons for alarm activations, cooking is the number one reason. People are disconnecting their smoke alarms when they become a nuisance. And to address this, smoke alarms need to know the difference between real smoke and cooking smoke. Polyurethane, or PU foam smoke alarms need to be quicker, more effective in detecting smoldering and flaming polyurethane because it is now so commonly used in most home furnishings. But would an increase in the detector's responsiveness to flaming or smoldering polyurethane foam also increase nuisance alarms from cooking? This question led UL to form two task groups, one to consider how to approach cooking nuisance alarms, and a second to develop new flaming and smoldering fire tests using polyurethane or PU foam. A broiling hamburger test was developed to cover a range of cooking scenarios. Polyurethane foam fire testing procedures were developed to increase available evacuation time, and because research indicated that few, if any, smoke alarms would meet the performance level required by these new tests. An across-the-board increase to the level of performance specified in ANSI UL 217-2015 would significantly improve the overall performance of smoke alarms by expanding the range of fire scenarios alarms must respond to while requiring resistance to nuisance alarms. This is great news for the public. Smoke detectors and alarms will have much improved performance under the new standard. Better performance, greater safety. So, what does this mean for me? The UL compliance date for 268 7th edition and 217 8th edition is June 30th, 2021. Hochiki's smoke detector engineering team began work in 2017 on new detector designs to meet the enhanced requirements of the updated UL standard. Conventional and analog addressable detectors have been designed and have already passed all preliminary tests at UL for the updated requirements. These new detectors will comply with the expanded requirements of UL and maintain the high level of quality and reliability that is associated with the name Hochiki. In summary, the updated UL requirements for smoke detectors represent a major advance in the performance and stability of UL-listed smoke detectors. Everyone will benefit. End users will benefit from better detections of all types of fires in furnishings. AHJs, installation companies, and end users will benefit from less unwanted alarms due to cooking. The changes to UL 268 is something that the fire alarm industry can feel good about. Hochiki is ready to support you with questions about UL updates, system design, and product application. With over 100 years of experience in the fire alarm and life safety business, Hochiki is uniquely qualified to support you with any and all fire alarm and life safety projects, questions, and concerns.